we head east to the Carolinas for the story of Victory Junction. Take a drive through the countryside of North Carolina and you'll eventually find the tiny town of Randleman, in the middle of a state that's best known for basketball, tobacco, and racing. It's the home of 7-time Cup champion Richard Petty. But it's also home to a big dream that started with the tragic and untimely death of his grandson, Adam. As a third-generation driver, he was just 19 years old when he lost control of his car in a practice session at New Hampshire and hit the wall head-on. Despite the devastation of losing his son, Kyle Petty was determined to continue Adam's legacy of a short life that had touched so many.
When Adam's accident happened, we had so many people reach out to us and say, man, we should name a YMCA after Adam, or we should name a sports field after Adam. And that just wasn't who Adam was, just not who he was. And the camp idea just kind of lay there. You know, one day I think we all just woke up and said, that's it. You know, that's what he wanted to be a part of. That's what he thought about. He was already doing things with Sprint, visiting children's hospitals, so it was just a natural progression.
His death brought life to something that has affected thousands of families. The Victory Junction camp, a place where children with special needs gets to experience life in ways never before imagined. Though it was already being discussed, his death hastened the development that came together quickly due to the generosity of family and friends.
You know, we talked my dad and mom into giving us some land, and little by little, the people in the racing community, Dale Jarrett, Bobby Labonte, man, all those guys, Tony Stewart, all those guys in the very beginning just, yeah, we're in. Let's get something done. And this place popped up out of the ground in about 15, 18 months. Before we knew it, we had kids here, and here we are all these years later, and there's still kids here, and it still fascinates me, and I'm in awe of the place every time I walk through the gate, that it came up and it came about the way it did.
From the ropes course to archery, horseback riding, and canoeing, children with serious medical conditions are afforded the opportunity to forget about things for a while and discover new things. It's all made possible by the generosity of thousands of people who have said yes to this worthy cause.
Camp's more about just fun, and because that's certainly what we try to do first and foremost is let kids be kids and to have fun. But there's a method to our madness. We want kids to leave here and we want them to try new things. We want them to have more self-confidence, and we want them to take this idea of trying anything that I want to put my mind to. And because they come to camp and they've been told by society, maybe even their well-intended parents, that they can't do something, and we want them to leave camp thinking about all the things that they can do.
I think for me, the expectation, if there was any, was just to give a place where kids could come and just have fun and just be kids. Just be kids, man. I mean, so many times now, from the time you're in kindergarten to the first grade, they're like, you need to act older than you are. You need to grow up. You don't need to grow up. And these kids are already growing up way too fast. The kids that come to Victory Junction are far more mature, far braver, and have been through so much more than you or I may ever go through in our life. So they have a different perspective of life. They need that opportunity to go back and just be the kids that they can be.